Hey everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a look that was inspired by Khloe Kardashian. Lately I've been watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is a new thing for me. I never really watched it before, but I just happened to catch an episode and it is pretty funny, and I really love Khloe's personality. She does seem really genuinely funny and down to earth. So I wanted to create a look that was inspired by her. I'm not really doing one particular look that Khloe's worn. I'm just kind of basing it on a couple different pictures as well as a couple different episodes of the show that I've seen. So it's just kind of a Khloe-esque look versus being based on one particular photo. So the first thing we're going to do is put on our foundation. Now, I'm not actually going out anywhere tonight, but if you are, you might want to apply primer first so it helps your foundation stay and last all night. I'm using Maybelline's Dream Smooth Mousse foundation, and I'm just going to go ahead and start dotting this all over my face. Using this Real Techniques stippling brush, I'm just going to go ahead and just buff this into my face. Now, the Kardashians are known for having a really flawless sort of makeup look, so you want to make sure that your skin looks very nice and even, and make sure you get out all redness, and you're going to want to cover up any imperfections. Now that I have my foundation on, I'm going to go ahead and contour my cheekbones. I'm going to be using MAC's blush in the color Harmony and just an angled contour brush. The one I'm using is the MAC 168 brush. I'm also going to drag this color just up by my temples, just down my neck. Now that I've contoured my cheekbones and face, I'm going to use a really nice subtle color blush. This one's in the shade Santa Rose from Rimmel. I'm just going to pick that up, and then I'm just using a blush brush. This is the MAC 129 blush brush, and just dust this on the apples of my cheek. I'm going to go on top of the blush, kind of closer towards my temples, with just a little bit of this bronzy mineralized skin finish in the color So Ceylon. And this is from MAC Cosmetics, but any kind of shimmery bronzy color will do. I'm also going to highlight my face just a little bit. I'm going to be using the Dior Amber Diamond Powder Shimmer, and just on like a large kind of fluffy stippling brush or a large powder brush, just go ahead and swirl it around in there and just lightly dust this on the top of your cheekbones. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. So using a brow powder, and this is Browtech in Brunette by Smashbox, and a small angled brush, I'm just going to start filling in my brows. And I'm just using small strokes, and this will create a very natural look. Once you're finished filling in your brows, go ahead and just take a eyebrow brush and just kind of brush through them to make sure they look nice and perfect. And this will also help just kind of smooth out any lines from the shadow, or if you're using a pencil, it'll do the same thing. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on how to shape and fill in your brows. Post me a comment below if you do. Now the final step for my face makeup before I move on to the eyes and lips is I'm going to take a translucent setting powder and just dust this all over my face. This is going to help eliminate any shine and just really help set the makeup. Now what we're going to want to do is prime our eyelids. I'm using MAC's Paint Pot in the color Painterly, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over my eyelids so that my eyeshadow will last all night. Now for the eyeshadow, I'm going to be starting with the color, where'd it go? Sidecar, here in the Naked palette. And I'm going to be applying this on the inner third of my eyelid. And I'm just going to be using a MAC 239 shader brush. Now for the other half of my eye, I'm going to be using MAC's eyeshadow in the color Satin Taupe, which is just a nice kind of taupey color brown that has kind of a little bit of purple undertones in it. And this is it right here. And then using that same brush, I'm going to go ahead and just pick this color up and start applying it to the outer half of my eye. Just kind of right up into your crease, but not past it. Now using the same brush, I'm going to pick up a little more Satin Taupe and just kind of drag this down my lower lash line. Now I'm going to pick up this color Era from MAC, and this is just kind of a beigey neutral color. And with my 217 blending brush, I'm just going to blend this into my crease with the other colors. Now just using any kind of fluffy shadow brush, you can go ahead and pick up a highlight color. I'm going to be using this color here, which is the color Shroom from MAC Cosmetics. And just dust this on top of my brow bone. I'm going to put just the tiniest bit in the inner corner of my eye as well to brighten up my eye. Now for eyeliner, I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes pencil in the color 10, and this is just a really dark black, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this just right on my waterline. Next I'm going to use the same eyeliner and just smudge this into my upper lash line, staying as close to my lash line as I can. Now, once you've used that eyeliner on both of your eyes, go ahead and take a dark black eyeshadow. I'm using MAC's eyeshadow in the color Black Tide. And back to that same small angled brush we used for our eyebrows. So go ahead and pick some up and just kind of trace over where you put that eyeliner. It's going to help set it and darken it up a little bit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara. I will be using Smoky Lash from Makeup Forever, and this is just a small sample tube that I have here. This is a really nice dark mascara that works really well if you're doing a smoky kind of look. Apply this to my lashes. Now, I'm not going to use any false lashes for this look. From what I've seen, Khloe doesn't seem to wear false lashes all the time, and if she does, it seems like she'll maybe use the individual lashes. If you have a really great mascara that you love and that you know works well and that will really make your lashes kind of pop, then I think that's really good enough for this look. Now before I do my lips, I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of concealer to go under my eyes to sort of brighten that area and cover up any dark circles. For this, I'm going to be using Rimmel's Match Perfection Concealer in the color Light. And this has a little brush on it, so you can go ahead and just kind of paint this under your eyes. Just in almost a little like V or U shape under there. And it's really your preference, but the Kardashians seem to use a concealer that's maybe a shade lighter than their skin tone, if not more than one shade lighter, to really lighten and highlight that area. Now you can use a brush or your finger. I'm just going to go ahead and use my ring finger and just kind of pat this into that area. Now the final steps for this look is going to be the lips. And in the past few episodes I've watched of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe has been wearing really bright pink lips. Anywhere from really light baby pinks to just kind of fuchsia. And so I wanted to take that opportunity for this look to use one of the new lipsticks I got recently, which is Girl About Town from MAC. And it's this really kind of bright blue toned pink, and it's really super beautiful. So I thought it would be perfect for this look. And before I use that, I'm actually going to line my lips. And I'm going to be using this NYX lip liner, and it is in the color Fuchsia. And they sell the brand NYX at Ulta if you're looking for it. Now I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips. I find that anytime I'm using a bright colored lipstick, I definitely want to line my lips, especially because as my lips get to the outer corners, my natural lip line is not very defined. I'll go ahead and just kind of lightly fill in my entire lip, just as kind of a nice base for the lipstick. So now that my lips are lined, I'm going to go ahead and just put my lipstick directly onto my lips. Again, you can use a brush if you want to. Now, once you have your lipstick on, you can go ahead and just apply a coat of gloss. I find that Khloe, as well as Kim and Kourtney and the rest of their Kardashians, when they're really all dolled up, their lips are always very glossy. So yeah, this is my completed Khloe Kardashian look. I think it's really fun. The lips are super bright, but I think it works because the eyes aren't quite as dark as a typical smoky eye, and I think it's really pretty and works together well. So I like it, and I think it's fun. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys like my videos. It means a lot to me, and when I get to 100 subscribers, I'm gonna have a contest, and I know you want to win. So be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment. I like to hear your feedback, and I'm going to put all the links below for my Facebook, my Twitter page, Instagram, the whole 9 yards. So check that out down below, and I'll also list all the products I use. So I hope you guys have fun recreating this look, and I will see you next time. Bye!